I don't know what you want.
And we're live. And action. Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Business Besties Live, where I am here with my beautiful friend, my sister in Christ, my business bestie in real life, Kara Williams. Kara, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm excited to have this conversation as we are rolling into episode 7, the daily wrap up that prevents chaos. And I'm going to start this with a question for you guys. Have you ever ended your day feeling like super busy, not clear, kind of overwhelmed, like you worked all day and you still don't know what actually moved forward? All hands in the air, right? Yeah.
Wave them like you just don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, but you really do, because like you're literally looking at the end of your day thinking like, I was so busy and I have no idea what I got done.
Yeah.
Familiar, isn't it?
100%.
So I want to tell you guys, for those of you that don't know us yet, welcome to Business Besties Live, where Kara and I are live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're talking shop. And how this actually all started was we were on phone calls. We call each other multiple times a day. She's an entrepreneur, been in business for 15 years. I have been full-time social selling for 7 years. And we've coached over 3,800 coaching calls, I think, between the two of us. Yep. And so we've been there, done that, and seen it all for the most part. And we get on these phone calls and start talking shop. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I wish we could push play on this. Like, people need to hear what we're sharing, just from a fact of transparency that we walk through a lot of stuff you guys do. But Kara also has a gift for the tech and the tactical and the strategy. And I come at it from like the marketing and the mindset and the messaging side of things. And so together, like, we're kind of the yin to each other's yang. And so we wanted to bring this show live and talk with you guys and give you some great solutions to some really common problems. And that's what we're really talking about today. So excited to get into the convo.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah. So friends, okay. Kara, I feel like this is one of those things that people don't realize is missing, but when they finally realize it, everything kind of shifts. And if you want to kind of take it away with kind of why days can feel chaotic.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah. So most people, they don't actually finish their day. They just stop.
Yeah.
Like we don't wrap it up. We don't really look at what we got done, what tasks are unfinished, what conversations are still open, what decisions are left unmade. So the next day they have to start in reaction mode.
Yeah. And that's the feeling of I'm busy, but I'm not clear. And that's why I think a lot of the times at the end of the day, we are just plain exhausted. And so, one of the messages that I often share, I've been building teams and I've been building online, like I said, for 7 years full time. I've been doing this, and I talk all the time about closing the loops. And for me, it's not a big complicated system. Like, I don't have the spreadsheet with all the things and all it's not a system. For me, this actually happens inside of Messenger. And it looks like this, right? Okay, let me actually set the scene for a minute. No matter what business you're in, you need to generate leads.
100%.
That makes the money, right? That pays the bills. Leads are very important. They are vital to a business. So for me, when I think of, ending my day, not in chaos, but really knowing that I've accomplished things, it's about closing the loops. And it looks like this: follow up, follow up, follow up. And the follow up leads to one of 3 things: crossing it off the list, scheduling the next follow up with that person, or closing the conversation, maybe closing the sale. And for some of you, I'm just going to give you a real quick tip right out of the gates. Somebody needs to write this down. This is a big strategy that I've used to get people to a decision, because once we're getting leads in our pipeline or the top of our funnel, like, it doesn't have to be an actual funnel like Kara builds, but it could be like anytime you're getting leads in, you're having conversations with people, that is people in a funnel. Imaginary funnel right now, right? But it's a funnel essentially. We're getting people into those conversations. And I don't know about you guys, I'm curious, how many times do you follow up with people? Kara, how many times do you follow up with people? I'm curious.
Oh man, this is something I still work on. Yeah. I do. I still work on, and I'm not amazing at it because I have not done the social selling like you, where I did more brick and mortar and things like that. And so it wasn't part of my routine. So this is something I really had to learn.
Yeah.
But I usually will kind of feel out, okay, so what did our last conversation look like? What was the objection, if they had one, to whatever they're waiting on? And then I'm going to put it on my calendar around that time to follow up with them. So
Yeah,
it all depends.
yeah, and that's a good point. And not to go too deep into this, and I've got something I want you guys to write down. But for each one of us, it is a little different. And it actually is dependent, to me, it is dependent on that last conversation that I've had with someone, how interested they are, asking them good questions. But here's what I say when I cross it off the list. Okay. When I go back to those follow-up conversations, and maybe I've popped a message like, hey, I saw your comment on my post, excited to get you the information. I dropped the information and then I'll pop a message the next morning. Hey, what did you think about what I sent you? Excited to hear your feedback. And then they ghost you. They don't comment. And then again, you pop them a message in a few more days. You're like, hey, really excited. Did you have a chance to take a look at what I sent you? And then maybe they ghost you again. We all go through this. And if you think people don't, that's not true. We all go through it. My point is, I'll follow up. I'll ask some good questions. I'll maybe send one more resource to say, hey, this came across my messenger thread. There's this new video or whatever. Would love for you to take a peek at it. And if they continue to ghost me, here's the takeaway. And this is good for anyone in business, to say, hey, listen, this is the message I sent after I followed up several times, maybe got ghosted. Or sometimes I'll drop a funny GIF. I'm like, hey, are you there? Like Ace Ventura, that GIF. It's so funny. I love it. Anyways, or that little squirrel that's like, hey, hey, hey. And if they respond to nothing, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm busy and so are you. So this is what I say. And I mean this with love, but I'm just respecting my time. Hey, listen, I know you're super busy and so am I. Since you haven't responded to anything, again, I know it's crazy time with your daughter and basketball and whatever, you know what I mean? I'm just going to go ahead though and cross you off the list. If you do decide you want to place an order or you do have questions, please feel free to hit me back.
Yeah.
Have an awesome day. I call it the takeaway. So when I talk about crossing people off the list, I don't just cross them off the list and make that decision. Like I eventually cross them off the list, but I will go in and I will give them the takeaway. And do you know what's funny, Kara? You know what happens? Not, maybe 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10. No. Don't cross me off the list. I'm so sorry. It's been crazy. We've been going here and there and traveling, whatever. Like, please don't cross me off the list. I'm like, okay, let me know. Does it work better for me to follow up with you on, Thursday morning or Friday afternoon? You see how that can, anyways, sorry, not to go into a deep training on follow-up, but I just really think it's important, you guys, to close those loops because as business owners, how many loosey-goosey open ends do we have? And
so
how
many.
much chaos does that cause in your brain, right?
Yep. Yeah, so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't know about you. I'm glad to see though, like it's not like you have this planner and it's literally all done in one place.
Yeah.
In the messenger. And it doesn't have to look a specific way for you. It can look whatever that rhythm is that is doable and sustainable, that's what you're going to do.
Yep. The goal isn't the method. The goal is nothing is left hanging overnight, right? When you go to bed at night, you can feel confident because you've really closed the loops. Yeah.
Yep. And this can look like clearing those messages, reviewing a task list, or maybe just a quick check-in with your day. Like, okay, today was successful. And this is the one thing I like to do. I like to always end on the positive. Where did I find success today? Yeah. What was it that I did? Because you never want to leave your day going, man, today really sucked. I was busy and today really sucked. I got nothing done. We've got to leave on a positive note, especially when we're working by ourselves and we're working at home.
Yeah. That's so true. So this is how you actually start learning your business. It's really not by consuming more. It is by taking that personal accountability and by paying more attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it can only take, 10 or 15 minutes to do this at the end of the day. You're asking yourself what worked, what didn't, what's still open, what can I close today? Or what do I need to, maybe move to the next day? But a lot of times one of the ways that I tend to handle my open loops is if I didn't get it done today, I move it to 6 a.m. tomorrow. And it's kind of my running urgent, more important tasks. Yeah. And so for me, if I can mark something off and not have to move it, that's huge. That's
Yeah.
huge. Even if there's 3 things up there and I only had to move, 1 from today, I'm like, wow, it was a great day. So finding those positives and ending on that.
Yeah, because if you don't decide, your phone will decide for you, and there's nothing worse, right? Or like I
Mhm.
love it was said another way, and I forget who said it, but it was like if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and that's true in all of this, right? Like what does our day look like? And what are we prioritizing right now, right? And
Yeah.
for each one of us, Carrie, you made a really good point though. For each one of us, and I want to empower you guys, and for those of you that like you feel like you got a handle on this, drop in the comments and share what works for you in your business, because I know other people are going to be reading these comments and I just think it would be super valuable. So please drop what's kind of working for you, because that's the truth, is that each one of us is going to do it a little bit differently. Some of you guys are going to be, crossing off checklists on paper. Some of us have these notes and stuff like in Google Keep. That's I know a tool
Mhm.
that you like to use too,
Love
right?
it. Yep.
Each one of us needs to find our own rhythm. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing, if you're not doing it because the system is too hard or it's not working, find a different system. You're not married to that system. And the other thing is I want you to always plan tomorrow's top priorities, 1 to 3 max, right? And honestly, 3 is pushing it. If I know that I'm going to get hit with messages and I'm going to have pop-up meetings and things like that. So prioritize what is number 1 for tomorrow, what is number 2, and then if I can get to it, what is number 3. So
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and do that so that you're taking the brain power away from having to start your day tomorrow and figure out, okay, what do I need to work on? You already
Yeah.
go into it. You've already got a plan.
Yeah, that's so good. And I know sometimes too, and I was like this as I'll be the first to admit I was like this as well, that like I was waiting for this whole big breakthrough moment, but you know what I mean? Like it needs to be this grandiose thing. But the truth is the small daily moments where you do the follow-up, you close out the things, and you decide what matters next. It's really where
Yeah.
you create the momentum, right?
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So, we've got some action steps for you, and so I'm gonna let Mindy just kinda walk through, this is what we really want you to put into practice, and we want you to start today. Start practicing this so that you can get better at it, you can figure out your system.
Yeah, and I want you guys to I want you to implement this, okay? Here's the thing, it might be a little scary for you, no one's going to die. But I want you to come back to this video, tag us, and let us know how it went. I want you to feel how it feels to take ownership over this.
Mhm.
And I want you to feel that feeling and come back and tell us how it felt. So here's some action steps for you. Step number 1, clear your conversations. Now, I'll be the first to admit this is challenging for me because my inbox is a little crazy. It's a blessing, I say. But clear your conversations. And for me, it starts in Messenger. Who have I left hanging? Right? Who have I left unread? Who needs a follow up? And who am I waiting on? Then send the follow up, schedule maybe the next follow up, or close the conversation. Again, we're thinking of closing the loops. And there's something that happens in your brain. You feel so what's the word? Like complete. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
say. What's the word? What's
Your
the word?
brain can rest.
Yes.
Your brain
Yes.
can rest.
Because you don't have all these loose ends open, my friends. So let's close those loops. It's so important. Step 2 is this. I want you to look at your day and just take a minute and ask, what actually moved forward today? So this is really a reflection, right? What actually moved forward today, moved my business forward today? What
Mhm.
didn't get done, like Kara said, what didn't get done, and maybe I need to like drag and drop that to the next day, right? Because it's still a priority. We still need to close that loop and get it done. And then look at this too. What felt easy to you and what felt really hard? I think it's important to recognize those things, right?
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. And I wanna, before you move on to number 3,
Yep.
because I think somebody's gonna have this question. How do you schedule your next follow-up? Do you do that in a Google Calendar? Do you do that in a CRM? How do you do that?
It depends on who I'm speaking with. So 9 times out of 10, I'm always in Messenger having these conversations. And typically for me, I've got everything on my Google Calendar. So it typically will go on my Google Calendar and I'll mark it red because it's really important. What about you?
Well, so I have to do the same thing because if it doesn't hit my calendar, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, figure out your way figure out your way and get it done. Step 3 is capture anything that's still open. So if it's still in your brain, you need to get it out. You need to brain dump it. And I'll tell you guys, one of my best strategies ever, and okay, after you're done watching this, go do this. Everyone probably uses some tool of AI, right? Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever it is that you use. Go brain dump in there. Turn the microphone on so you can talk to text and say, okay, I am going to dump my brains on you. Are you ready? And then it's like, yeah, let's go, Mindo, because mine calls me Mindo. Anyways, and I'm just like, okay, these are the things that I need to get done. Here's my priorities right now. Blah, 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 blah. Or maybe you don't even know your priorities right now and you just brain dump and then you tell it, okay, based on what you know about me and my business, I need help prioritizing what should get done first. And can you build it out as a checklist? Hot diggity dog, girl.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a game changer. Absolute game changer right
Yeah.
there. And that's the key though. Giving it that instruction. I'm going to brain dump and then can you do this specifically for me? But one thing I would add to that is ask me any questions if there's anywhere that you're not 100% clear on and you're not sure how to prioritize something.
Yeah.
Ask.
Yes, that's super good. So, okay, we're going to continue to roll through this. I think we said 3, we have a few more. So, decide tomorrow. Pick your top 1 to 3 priorities. Okay? It's not everything. We're not doing the whole thing, but think about those priorities and what moves your business forward. Kara, you're so good at this kind of stuff. Like when you think of your top 1 to 3 priorities, like what comes to your mind or where do you go first?
So for me, I always look at what calls do I have the next day so that I can block off designated work time. I have to go deep work tech to do tech. And
Yeah.
so I look at the next day and I figure out what needs to be done and what big blocks of time, even if it's an hour, hour and a half, that's a big enough block that I can accomplish something. So I normally will put that in there. That way I know I'm not going to get any pop-up appointments overnight that are going to mess up my day. Is there another question?
Oh, just kind of your top 1 to 3 priorities for your business
Yeah.
and your
So what my block to work on tech work for clients, my blocks for calls,
Mhm.
and then what the rest of that time needs to be spent creating content and finding
Yeah.
leads.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. Yeah, very much, very similar, very similar. So last thing is this, you guys, is to close your day on purpose. Really close your day on purpose. And again, take that time to reflect back and see what worked, what didn't work, what loops are still open, what do I need to move to tomorrow? And there you have it. Like really, when you kind of close your day in that way, you can feel confident. That's the word I was looking for. You can just really
Yeah.
feel confident about your business and you really ran your business like a CEO, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's going to be something positive you can find, even on those days where you're like, man, today felt like a train wreck. Look
Yeah.
for the positive because it's there, but we have to train our brains to look for it.
Yeah. And again, I'll go back to say, you guys figure out your best method, whether it's the notes app or it's pen and paper or it's Trello. The last thing I'm going to stop for a second and talk to those of you who are perfectionists thinking that there needs to be a perfect way. Kara, is there a perfect way?
No,
Okay. Can
no,
you say it louder for the people in the back?
there's only the way that works for you.
Yeah. And how Kara does it and how I do it and how you do it is going to all be different. And that's okay. As long as those loops are getting closed. This is how you stop waking up overwhelmed, right? You close your loops, you clear your mind, you decide tomorrow, and it's not rooted in perfectionism. It's rooted in rhythm, right?
Yep. Always.
Yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. Honestly, I don't know that
Yeah.
we need to touch on it. I think that
That
kind
was
of
it.
covered what we were talking about. And we're like,
Yeah.
we need to go live and this is what we need to share today. And,
Mhm.
and honestly, I hope it was super helpful. And I'll say this too. We were on a coaching call earlier with our mastermind ladies, which we should probably touch on that in a minute. But I just want to say too, that, it is mastering the mundane. It is these things, you guys, that you're just like, okay, I got to create content again. I got to do conversations again. I got to talk to people in my stories. I should create a reel. You know what I mean? It's just like the Charlie Brown guy, right? And I guess I want you guys to get excited about it, because this is the stuff that builds a business. You can't build a business without it, right, Kara?
No, no, conversations create customers, and that's what converts. So
Yeah.
you've got to have those conversations. If you're jumping on and working on your website and creating content and no one's talking to you, we need to work on that. That's
Yeah.
something that we've got to figure out. How do we get you some conversations so you can get some leads so that you can actually have some customers?
I think that's what we're going to talk about next week on Business Besties Live Conversations. That's
Yes.
good. Creating content that creates conversations, right? Because
Mhm.
without that, you're not in business.
Nope.
It's not.
Nope.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Well, friends, I hope you guys found this valuable. Honestly, we're here just to help you move forward and make good decisions. And again, just taking our combined 20 some years of experience in building business, we give you the good, the bad, and the crazy. We
Yeah.
don't sugarcoat it, right, Kara?
Nope.
It's not for the faint of heart. So, and
Nope.
that's why too. I do want to plug a little something that Kara and I launched the beginning of this year. We launched a boot camp called Unstuck and Unstoppable. It was a 5-day boot camp that is rooted in foundation of
Mhm.
building business. And it's worked, she and I together collectively kind of came up with this 5 days of this content or of this boot camp and training. And it's just so super solid. So I
Mhm.
invite you guys, again, we want to come alongside and really partner with you on your journey. Check out Unstuck and Unstoppable. Just comment the word unstuck in the comments if you want to link to it. Check it out. It's super foundational. But then, like I said, we met with our mastermind ladies today. Carrie, you want to tell them a little bit about Call to Activate?
Yeah. So in Call to Activate, there's no portal of like all this training that you need to learn and all the things. Because after Mindy and I have taken over 3,800 coaching calls, we made a list of what are the common things, the gaps that entrepreneurs had. And that Unstuck and Unstoppable fills those gaps. Well, we invited several of the ladies that went through Unstuck and Unstoppable to join the mastermind if they wanted personal help building their business. So what it is a weekly mastermind call where they come and say, this is the progress I've made the last week. This is what I want to do. How do I get there?
Yeah.
And we are literally taking them week by week, next action. Don't get overwhelmed by the big picture. Just pick the very next thing and we will help you execute so that you can do the next thing, and then come back and we'll do the next thing. So we found out people didn't need more knowledge. Like they had all the knowledge they needed. They needed someone to come along and help them just with the next step,
Yeah. Yeah.
to
And that's
silence the
why we
chaos.
are seeing, that's why we are seeing progress, because we've taken the whole elephant and we're giving it to them in one small little bite.
Mhm.
And the cool part of it is too, and this is why I'm so grateful for our friendship and partnership in this, is because if they're stuck on the tech and the tactical and the strategy piece, they don't get stuck, because Kara's got it figured out. If it's the messaging or the mindset piece or the marketing side of things too, this is where I get to shine. And we get to, like, there's just not an option for these ladies anymore to get stuck, because how many times have you been in a course or a mastermind or whatever? How many ladies, we don't even want to count the numbers of dollars we've spent, right? Have we been in those places though, and you were just like you're fired up and you're ready to run through the wall, except you're like, but this tech thing is not working and I don't understand tech. And now I got to hire someone to spend, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it makes me want to throw up when I think about it.
Yeah.
All the stuff I've walked through. Or how many of you too, where maybe you're like, yeah, this all makes sense and this is good, but now you're in your head. You're stuck with imposter syndrome. What might people think of you? You're getting overwhelmed with all of it now and you're just kind of spiraling. You're having like a little mindset meltdown. That's
Yeah.
where I get to come in and help bust through that. And so anyways, so those of you that are, again, looking for a little extra something, or again, maybe what we kind of spoke about, any of the episodes that we've done with Business Besties Live, that's all rooted in a lot of the stuff that we talk about in Unstuck and Unstoppable. That is your first place to start. And
Mhm.
from there, that unlocks or opens you up for the opportunity to get to work with us more closely. So
Yeah.
anyways, anything else you
Yeah.
want to add, my friend?
No, I don't think, well, I'll just say the reason that opens up that opportunity is because we want to make sure that anyone that is coming into that mastermind understands the principles and the foundations, and they know what they're getting themselves into. Because I
Yep.
know Mindy and I have both worked with entrepreneurs that thought it was going to be easier than it was. And so we just really want you to understand this is what you're signing up for if you want to build an online brand. If you
Yep.
want to build your personal brand, on the internet. This is what you're signing up for. Are you ready for it? If you are, great, come partner with us. If you're not, that's okay. But this is going to give you that foundational and give you the decision, like an informed decision. Yes, this is something I want to do, or no, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. So comment Unstuck below if that's something that you want to take a look at. We'd love for you to check it out. And until next time, my friends, we will see you back here, same time, same place for another episode of Business Besties Live. Have a blessed, amazing, and awesome rest of your day. Bye for
Bye,
now,
guys.
friends.